Hello and welcome to game number 1 of the Losers Bracket Round 1 between Tree, Willowkeeper, and We Fight for Tupac on the Legion side. Both of these teams getting knocked down early on in the round of 16, and I was just looking at the bracket and I do not remember which teams knocked them down, but somewhere else is information on that. I probably covered both of these games. I think We Fight for Tupac played Lions, so that makes sense, and Willowkeeper played... I want to say Denial. Yeah, I want to say Denial. Maybe Reason. There's Denial or Reason. One of those two. Or maybe somebody else. Who knows? Who cares? Anyway, bands are out. Pestilence, Jeriziah, War Beast, and Engineer. So there's one we're going to talk about. Fusion on Willowkeeper, banning out Jeriziah. Okay, so Jerry's a hero that shows up every so often and does pretty well, and then we never see him again because he's not that good. He's interesting as a surprise pick. Oh crap, it's Jerry. The heal is really powerful. The magic immunity is so powerful, and he slows us down, and he makes the entire team immune to physical damage. But then you just pick a magic damage lineup around him, and you CC him, and he dies super fast, and who cares? So I mean, the problem really with Jerry is that as a support hero, he doesn't get the mana he needs to be able to spam his abilities. And as a carry, he just doesn't hit all that hard, and he's a little easy to take down. One CC tool, and all of a sudden he's dead. So it's he is reasonably tanky, but it just doesn't hurt that much, you know. So Jerry banned out here by Fusion for some reason. I'm assuming the Tom case over there on We Fight for Tupac has really enjoyed picking up that hero, but whatever the reason, he is no longer available. I'm super confused as to why that would be, but it's possible that something's going on. Ophelia is the first pick over here for Tree, and I'm talking about that before the Legion side because it's interesting that she wasn't banned out. She's very, very often banned, and she's considered probably the best jungler in the game right now, but not destroyed is the opportunity to pick her, and as a result, Fusion will first pick that hero. Hashtag in Sandwraith here. Sandwraith we're not seeing too much of anymore. I still think it's a pretty powerful carry. Needs some farm, so perhaps not so good for the early game, but definitely a strong hero, and when paired with something like an empath or something that babysit role plus empath can jump inside of him when he decides to ult. You know, level 6 you're always in a team fight if you want to be, so usually you'll see Sandwraith hit 6, pick up a kill because he ports to some other lane and get something deaded. And so far the Legion side with the Rally final pick, looking for 3 heroes here that are relatively greedy on farm. Only 1 stun, 2 slows. Not a ton of burst damage, especially considering Sandwraith has almost none. Rally has a bit, but most of it's contained in his ultimate that's not always available. And Hag's burst is once again, a large part of that is her ultimate. So going to have some issues ganking here on Legion. Their team fight is solid actually with the Sandwraith, Hashtag, and Rally ultimates, but that's going to require some coordination with the Bat Blast and the Seismic Slam. Push isn't too strong here, and the initiation should be good with Rally. So not a lot of gank potential, I don't think. A fair bit just because Sandwraith's ult will help with that, but whether he wants to spend all his time ganking or farming is usually a question. And I'm a little concerned about the early game for them as well, just because with the Sandwraith pickup and the Rally, you pretty much assume that the tag is going to be mid or suicide, so he's not going to be placed in an immediate farming role. If he's mid, he should still get some solid farm, which will help him get that late brain Grimoire, but there's definitely a late game vibe here for this Legion side. They're definitely going to have to survive the early game, and with the Hellborn team, they may not be able to do that, just because Chronos and Moon Queen are late game carries that will out-carry this Legion side so far, and they're going to get a lot of help in the early mid-game from Ophelia, and the fact that they both have strong ultimates when it comes to fighting, especially in team fights, and picking off heroes. It's going to be a bit of an issue just because both of those heroes are not really ones you want to jump, because if you don't kill them, then they will turn things around on you. Moon Queen, a little extreme in both of those categories. She is the easiest to kill so far, but except for maybe Ophelia, depending on who you use and how many creeps she has around her and what they are. But Moon Queen, relatively squishy. The problem is, of course, if you miss something and she doesn't die, all of a sudden the Moon Finale shows up and she's like, look how dead you are. And look how dead I'm not, and now I have farm, and you don't want to do that, because if you let me get to late game, I will destroy your team. And of course, Moon Queen and Chronos will fit together quite well, obviously dropping the Chrono Field on somebody, then the Moon Queen ultimate, and they can't run away from it anymore, so haha. Ophelia obviously going to provide a lot of gank protection with the newest blessing, so some of the gank potential here on the Legion side will be countered by that ult. And then, of course, providing gank potential of her own, so does Kronos and Moon Queen to some extent, as she has creeps that will come into the lane and do stuff. Tower pushing and pushing in general, definitely also in favor of Hellborn, so I'm liking Hellborn's lineup a little more at this point. We'll see what they round it out with, but not really convinced of the Legion, just because they don't have that many stuns, there's not that much lockdown. A couple of slows usually isn't that enough. Or a couple of slows usually isn't enough to just lock heroes down, especially because Kronos has a time leap. We're going to add the newest blessing. Moon Queen's already really fast, and I assume there's going to be at least one Energizer on the Hellborn side. Obviously, Kronos Moon Queen, you wouldn't normally see that, but Voxel on that Kronos will almost certainly be playing a short lane. And against the Sandwraith, you should actually have a really good time. Sandwraith could have some issues living against that, as Kronos does hit super hard, and that could be a dangerous lane for him. So I assume they'll be sending a babysit support in that bottom lane. And then, of course, there's also the issue of Hellborn have a jungler and Legion don't. So last ban coming out here for Fusion, and I assume it's... Man, there's a lot of all chat going on. I have no idea what's happening here. As... Oh well. Anyway, just... But yeah, there's a ton of alt chat here, so I don't know what the hell is there. Is there actually a problem here? People are just like, whatever. Anyway, so Inkling does use this last ban on Parasite, so that's going to prevent Legion's side from running a jungler, except they just picked up Keeper, so they are going to run a jungler. And that passivity in the early game may or may not help them. Keeper's certainly going to help them out with anti-gank potential, but... Okay, things are getting crazy. Let's talk about the bans first. Bubbles, Empath, and Kraken banned out for your Legion side. So interesting they take the Empath away, because they're going to have a Sandwraith. Obviously, it's very strong with Moon Queen and Kronos as well, but you'd normally think, hey, that's a really great hero for the Legion side because they have Sandwraith, and we could just pick it early. Because it's not like Hellborn, we're going to pick Master. They already have a Suicide in the jungler. And okay. Anyway, Bubbles and Kraken also taken out as their versatile heroes could be certainly running that mid lane, and they're lacking an initiator here, but they've got one now in the Geomancer. Hellborn banning out Pyromancer, Tempest, and that Parasite. So taking away the jungle options and making sure that a support is removed from the pool, as Legion and Hellborn really both looking for support. But Hellborn have theirs in Monarch. That's fascinating. Okay, I guess that's going to be a Geomancer Monarch mid lane. I guess I don't hate that. Geomancer's Stone following up a Monarch Pollen is going to be reasonably powerful, plus they have the slow on both the Pit and the Noxious Cloud, so that'll be nice. Plus the Chrysalis will of course help their heroes live. It's going to be kind of hard to kill this Kronos, actually, between the Chrysalis and the defensive capabilities of Monarch, plus his Time Leap and Rewind, and Chrono Field. But Legion choosing to run that Keeper, presumably as a jungler, because I don't think that they could do anything else. So Master of Arms is probably going to be middle here with this rally. Solo bot, Sandwraith, and Suicide, Wretched Hag. I don't like this because Kronos now on bot is going to have just a fine time up against Sandwraith. Keeper's never going to gank because Keeper doesn't gank. Oh, this is going to be bot. Okay, good. Much better. So this is a dual lane bot. That's going to box Kronos out a lot, and that's certainly a better decision. Master will still have to be a little careful because Kronos can also jump his ass, but we'll see how well things go. Word of Sight already down to block the pull. And Kronos hasn't been skilled yet, but he'll have to take Time Leap here. Takes a charge shot first, and there goes the Time Leap skill. He's just putting some auto attacks in there, but will jump away as he realizes I'm not going to win this engagement. Doing a lot of damage to Sandwraith. But Hellborn's lane's relatively easy to call. Geomancer and Monarch should be middle, although she's up near the top tower, so who knows. This could actually be a solo mid Geo. And it's going to be a Suicide Hag. Keeper Dogs over here looking to get the pull off and get Hag some lane control. They will do that. So even though this is a Suicide Keeper, still using those minions to get Hag some lane control. As here they go, dragging the creeps away into the corner. And they will despawn, which will give this creep wave plenty of time to jump up into the tower. And actually Moon Queen get to take it and possibly run it into the jungler, or run it... Oh, he's going to run it behind the tower here, so it meets but behind the tower. So this might not actually end up in lane control for Legion after all. Nicely played there. Well done there from Marcus Moy on that Moon Queen. Of course, Ziz as well, not usually a typical Willow Keeper player, but apparently ringing here. And same thing with Il Mondo. There's a couple of stand-ins. So Hag should be a little off his game here, as the pull does get stacked. But it won't be the worst. I think it's not likely they'll be able to kill this Hag. He should get boxed out a little bit by Monarch, but probably won't die. Moon Queen should have more or less free farm up here. In middle, similar situation as they're actually going on Hag early, but she's just going to blink away and say, that's it. Kronos is super low down here, and Master will find him. That's going to be a Bloodlust. Actually, Sandwraith gets the Bloodlust there, so nice Scissors first coming out. And Boxel playing a little too aggressive there. And he's going to come back to the lane with a port. Get a CS. Mid lane, of course, both heroes having a stun and a getaway. That is the same ability, so unlikely, I think, that either of these heroes will die or get a kill unless somebody misplays, and that's very possible. Earth's Grasp from Geomancer actually does quite a bit of damage, so if he continues to spam that, and with his relatively large mana pool, he should be able to, plus eventually, not even eventually, but soon, a bottle is coming, perhaps even right now. Still Walking Courier, but yeah, there's the bottle. And now it's upgraded. Now that he's got that, he's just going to put the Earth's Grasp onto a Geomancer, or sorry, a Rally all the time. Both runes were taken, so good control there from Legion. This was a DD for Keeper on bot, I guess. So Kronos now having some issues down here, as of course he is being dual lane and he hates that. A one-on-one he's like, yes, thank you, give that to me, but in a dual lane things get a little more problematic. Same thing with Hag up here, as she's at 115 gold per minute, trying to pick off some CS here, and actually will get one, looking for another one, yep. Crippling Pollen going out on top of her. Not going to get hit by anything else, but Creeps will come back here into the Archer, and Monarch will get a couple CS up of this. Once again, Moon Queen having pretty much free farm up here at 253 gold per minute, actually not doing that well. 14 and 8. Compared to Geomancer in mid at 17 and 3 up against Rally at 15 and 3. So Geomancer winning mid. Hag up top is at 6 and 1, of course, so not doing very well at all. Bottom, Kronos chasing down this Master. Realizing, yeah, that's not the greatest idea. Puts the stun auto attack on Sandwraith, and we'll get out of there. He's got 10 and 0 compared to Sandwraith's 16 and 2. So Hellborn winning the Suicide and short lane harder than the Legion. By which I mean Suicide versus Suicide and short lane versus short lane. Hellborn winning in both senses, as well as the middle lane. So things are going pretty well for them here, and they have an experience lead on top of a slight gold lead. Ophelia in the jungle hasn't ganked yet, but it's not that surprising considering Hag up here is very defensive and shouldn't die without a misplay, as long as she plays passive. And of course Keeper in the bottom, mostly looking for rune control. Oh my god. That's actually bad here. Geomancer's is coming in from the side, and this could be a death onto Keeper. Yep, he's screwed. Oh jeez. Boxel getting the kill. So well done there. We'll take a mana pop, but might get knocked off relatively early by this Master of Arms. Nope, he'll turn himself around a little bit, make sure it goes on as much as possible, and finally just being like, alright, whatever. And eat the 4 light blink. Nice disjoint of the Deserts first. So far here, Sandwraith has the highest farm in the game, not a surprise since he got the Bloodlust, but Geomancer right behind him and Moon Queen in the 3rd position, climbing up a little bit. And she has solid farm up there on top. I think Hellborn are honestly perfectly content to take an easy, even laning phase. If they win, that's great. But I'm not sure that they even need to do that, just because they feel like, yeah, we've got the late game here. And we even have strong mid game, especially with Geomancer and Ophelia now. Kronos gonna get a kill here on Sandwraith. Oh my god, he's getting into the trees. And now he's in trouble. Rewind doing a lot. Actually, up top, Hag does fall. Just get caught up by Ophelia and everything kills him. Kronos in the back looking to survive, and is doing so for a ridiculous amount of time. Finally dies to Master's auto attacks, and Sandwraith off to the side. Has no health or mana. Will worm his way out of the trees here. And neither him nor Master have any sort of regen, so we're going to have to be careful here. Up top, Rally, going to compel away from the dig. Earth's Grasp on him, though. And so he ended up not getting the rune. Spawns at 6 minutes, and Geomancer has bottled. It's a refreshment on bot. It's an invis. And it looks like Keeper just guarding that for Rally, who will pick it up inside of his bottle. So nice rune control there from the Legion side once again. Jump now onto Master, and he's going to die. So I'm not sure what he was doing sticking around there for that long, but oh well. Sandwraith's going to pot up here, and that'll keep him in lane. Chronofield is available. So if he sees Sandwraith, at this point I think he has too much health, but earlier on certainly could have dropped a Chronofield and done a lot. So Boxel here at 231 gold per minute. Of course, dying twice, but also getting a couple of kills on Keeper and non-Master now. Hag not doing quite so well. So Kronos that sort of has control of this lane. Chasing out this Sandwraith. He's level 7. Just hits so damn hard. 82 to 88 damage. That's really, really powerful at level 7. And Sandwraith has Steam Boots. Kronos just has regular boots. Time lock there going out. Where's the Chronosoid? There it is. That's going to be a kill here on Sandwraith. Just enough. Fork Lightning going off there. Actually, it's the rewind off, and therefore he's going to get away. Up top, Hag getting jumped by Monarch off to the side. Will blink away and be fine. So Kronos massively out-farming his Suicide counterpart in that Wretched Hag, who's basically getting forced out of lane very consistently. Level 6 only compared to the level 7 Moon Queen, and Kronos is level 8, which is actually the highest level in the game, which is pretty hilarious. Oath has now 3 creeps, and we're probably going to see a top tower push relatively soon. Like now. Hell Cannon should be coming soon. Rally up here to do something, not sure what. Gets the compel there. On top of the Seismic Slam, Moon Queen going to die immediately. But Rally now getting locked down a little bit. And he's... oh my god, he's going to die here. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. Well played for Ophelia with the micro. Hell Cannon coming here with the 8-minute wave. And the creeps will get onto the tower, which is a bit unfortunate. Meanwhile on bot, 3 men here looking to gank this Kronos. Root is available for Keeper. And there goes the root on top of the Desert's Curse, and he gets the time leap away. So Master a little too late on the charge shot. Up top, Hag falls once again. There's a Skeleton King net and the Stomp, plus the Crippling Pollen. Just too much damage. And this is going to be a top tower push. Monarch taking some tower damage, but will back herself off. So no question this tower's falling here. As we're setting a pretty substantial golden experience lead here for Little Keeper. In the middle, Geomancer and Rally going at it, puts the Earth's Grasp down as Shu has taken some damage. Voxel off to the side, perhaps looking for a jump once again on the Sandwraith, has Chronofield available. Honestly, I think yeah, he just needs to jump in. There's a time lock and Dig coming in, and it's the easy heal. So Geomancer coming there for the gank helps actually and gets the kill. Secondary push coming in on top. Skeleton King net is there, plus the Crippling Pollen just enough with the Moonbeam, and man, Hag got locked down there. Teleport coming in. Rally is there, but there's the Moon Finale, and now oh my god. Not a good decision there, Tomkiss. I don't know why you'd solo port somewhere to a Moon Queen with an ultimate available. Like, that just seems stupid. Ophelia gonna port her minion back before it dies, but actually denied him at the bot tower. Gonna have the lightning speed put down. No more mana available for Moon Queen, so she will be fine, and she will not get the kill. On bot, meanwhile, Keeper and Kronos sort of going at it. Kronos has a mana pod active, but Keeper is visible, so he knows what's going down. Chronofield obviously still available. Root not there, as Keeper has not enough mana. Has its curse there on Kronos, but not too much longer on that mana pot anyway. I guess with Keeper's mana ring, Sandwraith is just like, might as well throw it out. Port coming in here from Geomancer. Chronofield onto, and there goes the Crystal Field into the dig, so this is going to be another death, despite the fact that he got the root off and it does his curse. Not enough. So the Chronofield plus the Crystal Field and all sorts of crazy stuff. Time Leap used there, that's a bad move, and now Kronos is in some trouble. Nope, Dig coming in, will try to do something. Crippling Pollen on top of Hag, and actually the man, that Fork Lightning split twice and managed to just hit Voxel, so Earth's Grasp there, but the charge shot onto Geomancer and he'll fall. 2 for nothing there. As Voxel playing a little too aggressive with the Time Leap into 3 heroes. And taking a death. Geomancer trying to save him and pays for that with his life. Sandwraith ultimate going off, will pick off Ophelia in middle. As there's the Compel and a death. Diesel on Sandwraith actually gets that kill. Probably didn't even need him. Between the Compel and the Demoralizing Roar, that was pretty much Ophelia's health. Bot tower gonna get pushed in now with Master's Goo getting put on top of the minions from Keepa. Crippling Polling there onto Keeper, and we have a port coming in as well, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be Kronos, and that's a death. Middle, meanwhile, Geomancer getting destroyed by Sandwraith. Or sorry, other way around. Sandwraith getting destroyed by Geomancer. As the Oath Creeps help out the lockdown there. 12 to 6 hero kill advantage, plus they did mostly win all their lanes on Hellborn. As a result, we have a 6.6k gold lead and a 7.3k experience lead. So Hellborn doing very, very well in this mid-game, early game stage, and that's going to propel them into the mid-game with a massive advantage. Mid-tower dying as if what was happening before wasn't enough. And I'm awfully worried for the Legion's head right now. Their mid-game is fine, but not great. Sandwraith really have a mid-game hero. Hag can do some stuff, Rally can do some stuff, Keeper can do some stuff. But they're just not going to have too much damage right now. Because after the Seismic Slam goes off, Sandwraith doesn't hit very hard right now. Hag's Backblast will provide some as well, but that's 2 ultimates really providing all of the damage for the Legion side. So, with the situation that they're in right now, when you get the Sandwraith, you have to bet on the game going late. And with the Moon Queen and Kronos, you're like, Hellborn's going, yeah, we can do that. Gang Squad roaming through the Legion Woods, as over here, Keeper and Monarch will face off a little bit. Master of Arms hiding right here, and he might get spotted. Yep, now he's in a lot of trouble. Geomancer Dig won't hit, but he's going to run into the Ophelia minions. There's a skeleton, you can hit 1 stomp, 2 stomps, you're dead. Mid-tower getting pushed in by the Keeper Dogs and Hag. Or that is at relatively high health. Could still be a kill here relatively easily because of the Ballista, but 4 heroes on bot looking to push. And Ophelia here, of course, the major one. Mid-tower will be defended. There's a jump in from Kronos. Chronofield onto 2. Moon Queen looking for the ultimate, perhaps. There's a Crystal Field on top of that. And just too many creeps right now. But Hag actually got Keeper got exploded. Hag will jump off to the side. She does not die and manages to pour it out. So, I'm from cold there on We Fight for Tupac's side. Just nothing. Nothing he can do. Chronofield, Crystal Field, they complement each other quite well. Ophelia looking for a jump here onto Sandwraith, but he'll get the Desert Curse off just in time, and we'll be able to energize away. But that's the point we're at right now. Sandwraith is running away from Ophelia. And I can't blame him, because he's at 254 gold per minute, and Op's at 360. Everybody on Hellborn is outforming everybody on Legion. Of course, 3 tier 1 towers, and a tier 2 will help that. And winning all your lanes pretty hard will help that as well. But this is not how the early game is supposed to go for Legion. There's some teams where this is the early game, how the early game is supposed to go. Like if you have late game heroes like they do, and the opposing team has early or mid game heroes, then and stuff goes like this, then that's not the end of the world. Okay, maybe 12,000 experience and 11,000 experience, 12,000 gold is super bad. Yes, but as Hag not gonna get caught, blink just in time. Hot secondary tower does fall to Oaf and her minions over here, looking for a jump on Hag once again. Earth's Grasp and the pit. Bat Blast onto Geo on top of the ultimate. Sandwraith's going to come in here for some help. Crystal Field hits nothing, and Geomancer's now dead. As he's getting a little too aggressive over here, meanwhile, Chrono Field onto Master of Arms and he dies. It's a 1-for-1 right now, obviously in favor of the Legion, but Rally going to have to run away from this. Keeper has the root available. No Bat Blast, though. Jump there from Moon Queen, and that's going to be an easy death on the Hag, just gets the lockdown way too fast. Rev Ward goes down to see the Keeper. He has to have prop the root to run away, but the wind from Monarch, that's why they picked Monarch. Okay, I figured it out. Chronos trying to jump this Keeper, gets the second Nature's Veil off, and will be okay. Dig from Geomancer onto Rally will compel himself out. Okay, now I get it. That was like when Monarch first showed up, that was the thing that everybody said, oh, that's what she's going to be used for, Keeper Root. Never really happened. But it's happening now. Desert's Curse going on to Moon Queen. Geomancer's looking for the initiation there, will catch Master, and he just dies. Moon Queen drops in the meantime. So that's a nice pick there for them, but now Rally caught in the middle of a pit, taking a lot of damage. He will be okay as Geomancer has to dig his way out of there. And Rally looking for the reinitiation here. Won't find it as Hellborn backing the hell out. Getting a little aggressive here as it is a 15k gold lead and 12k experience lead. Obviously massively in control of this game. 470 gold per minute on Moon Queen 431 and Geomancer, even Chronos up there 373. That's a suicide Chronos. And that doesn't look impressive because the rest of his team is having a massively amazing time. Up top, compelled to choose by Rally, and now he's in a little bit of trouble. As he's going to get spotted out. Looking for the port, I think. There's the wind. He's going to have the compel in a couple of seconds. There's the... Well, and actually get locked down here as everything spots him out. He's in a lot of trouble. Down he goes. In middle, meanwhile, Chronos picking up Master with the Chrono Field, and the ultimate from Geomancer does not hit Sandwraith, so... He's just going to pour it out in everybody's face. So, like, yeah, we can't do anything to stop this. Geomancer, the proud owner of a portal key. Moon Queen has Whispering Helm Firebrand, so obviously going to farm very well, even if she wasn't already. Ophelia with the Ring of Sorcery, Astrolabe, and Ring of the Teacher, so once again providing strong utility items, not a surprise. Probably Plated Greaves next, and then very possibly something like a Storm Spirit or a Push Book. Geomancer already has his P key, so I assume he's going to go a little more aggressive with his next item, perhaps a Shrunken Head, though. I think Shrunken's the next item for him, just to get rid of all this magic damage you get out of the Keeper Root. Obviously won't help too much against Rally, but with the Hag and the Sandwraith's Desert's Curse and the Root, it's definitely the next thing to get, I think. Finishes off with Bloodstone instead. Chronos has the Energizer Steam Boots, Iron Shield, and Mana Battery. So we should have another item relatively soon. I wouldn't mind the Shrunken on him either. Codex on Ophelia. So that's where we're at right now. Ophelia's going Codex. Bat Blast onto a bunch of Moon Queen illusions as she's going to take a lot of damage and die. So the two ultimates that actually do damage here, pretty much all of Legion's damage, both are used to kill Moon Queen. So a good kill. I mean, they need to kill her a lot, repeatedly, if they want to get back into this game. I don't really have a problem with him, even though that really is like most of their damage at this point. I don't have a problem with that just because it's what they need to do. It really is. Doubled Ancients. And Invis Master are going to get caught here, but now Ophelia knows what's going on because they're like, yep, there's a Rev Ward, now he's dead. Double lockdown plus the Codex. There it is. Real Ophelia now going to get rooted, and now she's in a lot of trouble, actually. She will fall here. Creep should get cleaned up as well. Compel to finish him off, and the Creep's now trying to run away. But it's not going to happen. I think Dig from Geomancer coming in to do something on Sandwraith. Earth's Grasp as well. Crystal Field will go off. Won't hit her, but it will be enough. And Chrono Field into 3. Now, well done. Looking to get this kill on the Hag. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Gets compelled away. She also blinks, but just barely. And Geomancer's looking for the chase here. Not going to be enough, as now Geo's in some trouble. Kronos has it instead. A couple auto attacks, and she's dead. So Kronos now, is he going to be able to live? Yeah, it looks like. Compel available from Rally in a couple of seconds. There's Demoralizing Roar and the Compel, but the Rewind is huge. Looking for a dig back in, and there's a couple of stuns. Now Kronos somehow still alive. Going to use the Time Leap sort of offensively there. As the Energizer popped, and is going to be alright. So some good luck from Kronos there. Some strong team fight as his team came in to back him up. And that's basically what this game is at right now. Kronos can dive into the base to kill a hag, and have 2 heroes, and really 3 heroes, as Master came in the end as well. Try to kill him, but he's not going to die. Because even though he had like 200 health, he has Rewind, which is awesome, and he has a team that is willing to go all out to save him. Notable, no tower deaths here for Hellborn, and the mid one is the lowest, at about a fifth of its health. No. They got a Keeper, and a Master, and a Hag. Like, they can clear creep waves and push towers better than this, but they're getting boxed in so hard. And, sorry, Mask there on Kronos gets blast shotted away, but the Time Leap right back in, he's like, yeah. Compel, still not going to save him. Energizer is available there. There it is. Bat Blast on top of Kronos. Will he live here? Yeah, because Time Leap's going to be up soon. He's hasted. Didn't even notice that. Monarch with a Boundai. Like, help me! Ultimate going off. He's going to die. Geomancer looking for a counter there as Ophelia comes in from the side. Hit 3 heroes here for Legion. And Rally trying to get the hell out. Christofield on top will get blocked out. Keeper as all his minions were there. Minions prevented him from running away, and he was just so damn slow. So 2 kills there in favor of Hellborn to lose their Monarch, but oh well, Kronos is the Boundai. There's the CC vote, yeah, not surprised. So Hellborn just really showing they're better, I think, at this point. Queen ulting some Ancients. That's not too much to say. I mean, like, the Legion lineup, I don't think the draft was very good from them. They didn't have mid-game, they didn't really have a great laning phase either. And more than that, though, the Hellborn just outplayed them. They outlaned them. Sorry, I accidentally stopped recording right there, but they were better at taking fights and committing to stuff. So that's going to be it for Game 1. Tree takes it pretty easily, and we'll move on to Game 2. And now I actually am done recording.